Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for mid-September 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and look at your general energies for the month. You have this wizard card, and I'm hearing you are a wizard, Harry. So there you go. Maybe you are very magical at this time, and I would use your Harry Potter powers, because why not? It's that time of year. I watch Harry Potter this time of year every single year. Next, we're going to look at what you need to know at this time in this next row here. And this could be hidden things, but, could also be anything that you already know about, which I feel like you already know about this. There you go. Next, we're going to look at the good stuff coming in for you. So it doesn't matter what shows up in this row. This is going to be the good stuff. I'm almost 1,000% sure that in your weekly reading for the week of the 12th that you had this rebellion card right here. I'm pretty sure it was you. But again, it doesn't matter that the Nine of Swords is here, for example. It's going to be positive no matter what. At the end, we are going to pull 5 main themes that you could be dealing with this month. And sure, we'll just take 2. I always pull 2 for this type of card here, so that's why I pulled 2. This was an accident, or maybe it wasn't. But we're going to pull 5 main themes for what you could be dealing with this month. Then we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards at the end. So your first card, you have this wizard card. It says, use your skills to aid others. Definitely could be a good time. I think it is, the end of this year, I keep talking about this. We're entering into the age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it, right? And I truly believe that if we do things that benefit other people, or if we focus more on co-creation, that we're just going to create more abundance, not only for ourselves, but for everybody. And that's what it's all about. Anything we can do. I think there's a difference between kind of just kind of giving too much and not filling your own cups. That's not what this is. That's not how I see the future, right? I see the future more as a figure 8, the infinity symbol, where it's like there's just a better kind of give and take type situation going on. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But again, I think it's good for everyone. I think everybody gets to live in abundance, and it's much, much better than what we've been experiencing. But again, it starts with us. It's not going to start with like the government or, Bill Gates or anyone like that. It's going to start with us. We have to be the ones to kind of kick it off to create abundance for everyone else. And that's what I'd be focusing on here. That's all I do focus on, right? Giving, because I know that it's just going to not only help you and everyone else, but it'll help me, of course, right? And so that's what I'd be doing here, using your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. You have the Queen of Swords, this King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Just right off the bat, just so you know, I kind of feel like this change is happening. You're going from Queen of Swords to Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands much more bold, assertive, much more sure of herself. But, look, it clearly there's an ending to like a toxic partnership in your life. This does not have to be a person. For some of you, I feel this is just something that you feel is controlling you, or something that is an energy vampire. Again, I look at the devil as an energy vampire, just something that sucks the life force out of you. So it could be like a job, a business, a career, anything. And so if you're removing something from your life, I feel with this Queen of Swords, it's almost as if, what I'm talking about, you already know. I kind of said that at the beginning of the reading. You already know what this is. And the Queen of Swords, she finally has clarity. So entering into this reading, I feel like you already know what needs to change, or what needs to be different, or what needs to be removed from your life. And it's just going to benefit you, is how I see this. You have the King of Cups. I do feel there could be love coming in. Could be a fellow earth sign or a water sign. You have Scorpio. You have, all water. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Could also be an earth sign, like I said. But I do feel there could be love here. I would say that's someone who's very open. Kind of interesting how it's popping into my head as well. It's almost as if, like, I feel... I'm just going to say this, Virgo. I feel if this is a person coming in for you and it's a new person, I feel like normally you wouldn't be attracted to this type of person. You even have this companionship card with the rebellion card at the end. It's almost like you're resistant to this type of person, or maybe normally you wouldn't be attracted to this type of person, but there's something about this person. I feel like if you're meeting someone new, those are the words that you will even say. You will be like, there's something about this person. I can't put my finger on it, right? So I kind of get that feeling of like, it's not that you're not attracted to them. I feel like actually you're very attracted to them, but maybe they're just different than your usual type. For others, I'm getting something about the home here, like a change in the home, or like a temporary change where you live or something like that. Maybe you're kind of, looking for a place to live, and maybe you're just kind of living somewhere temporarily. But I feel like something temporary is becoming permanent as far as the home is concerned. That might only be for a few of you, but it's like maybe you go, travel somewhere. Maybe you decide to like live in an Airbnb for a month there, and then you move there or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting some sort of weird story about the home with this card. I would also be careful of water in the home. It is definitely popping into my head, like your pipes or something like that. Next, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like a knight in shining armor. So I feel this could be clearly a knight in shining armor coming in for you here. There's something about water popping into my head here. Number one, I would be Mercury retrograde. Check your plumbing, be careful of your plumbing, things like that. But I'm also getting something about water here with a person. But beyond this being a water sign, right? It's like maybe this person has to travel across water to get to you, or I don't know. I just keep having water pop into my head. Maybe this person's obsessed with water. Maybe they're a plumber. Maybe maybe they're obsessed with fish. I don't know. Something is popping into my head here. I kind of feel like that'll be a clue for you. Maybe they come from a town that begins with the word water. Definitely popping into my head. Maybe their name is Walter. I don't know. But something is popping in there. On top of that, by the way, there's some sort of change. Look at, what I find is super interesting here is that the horse here and the horse here, they're in exactly the same position. I was saying this change to the Queen of Wands. There's a change to the Queen of Wands. I feel like I need more details, though, to figure out what that change exactly is. Part of me feels it's you, of course, becoming more bold and assertive, and also removing something toxic from your life, but there's more to the story here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Fool. Definitely taking a leap of faith. I feel like you're kind of moving in a direction. I don't know, for the past 7 years, I feel like you get this card with me every single reading. So I feel there's just a lot of leaps that you're taking here with the Fool card, or you could be taking a leap of faith as well. With the King of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, so basically the universe saying I meant what I said. It's interesting. She has her hand out, but her sword up. It's like she's willing to be open to this type of person, but she's a little bit cautious. I'm not saying don't be cautious, but I feel that I think maybe you're cautious because you wouldn't normally be attracted to this type of person. Maybe it's more external. Like maybe they're super tall, or maybe they're super short or something. It's like there's some sort of difference here where it's not like this is an ugly person. I want to get this out. It's not like they're a bad person or anything. It doesn't even have to do with looks, what I'm trying to say. I just think, maybe they come from a different background, or maybe they dress super preppy or something like that, and you're not normally into that. There's some sort of difference here. And so you're kind of like I feel like you're kind of intrigued by love that could be entering into your life. For others, there's, again, I don't want to keep repeating myself here, but there is some sort of difference. If you're moving someplace, I feel like your expectations, it's like expectations versus reality is what I'm getting here in your reading, where your expectations are different than the reality of the situation. But at the same time, I feel like you're intrigued. You're like, wow, there's a lot to explore here. Maybe you're moving somewhere, traveling somewhere, and you find a lot to explore. I feel very excited. If you can't tell, I feel like a 4-year-old at a carnival or something like that. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords. Get out of your head. Like I said, with this, if this is a person, I feel like being open to the adventure, the Fool, right? Just kind of exploring, seeing the, different corners of something, seeing what something has to offer. I know I'm speaking vaguely here, but I really don't know how else to verbalize it. I feel like you're exploring something. And I feel like the more you explore, the more you learn, the more wide open you're going to feel, the better you're going to feel about a situation. So that's what I do here. And again, I'm getting a billion stories popping into my head here. It's crazy. Some of you, it's like maybe your boss wants you to move to another town or something to go work somewhere else. Maybe it's like a transfer. I feel like your initial impression is a little bit nervous, not that great. But I feel like if you explore, it's like maybe you're looking in one area. There could be a better area. I feel like there's what I'm trying to say here, Virgo, is I feel like being open and kind of being willing to go outside some boundaries here will be a really good decision. It's like maybe you hate the place that this business is in, right? If it's a boss that wants you to transfer, but I feel if you go around it, you're going to find some place you really love, and maybe there's a lot of opportunity there. I don't know, crazy. Next, in the area of what you need to know at this time, you have this partnership card. It says you are manifesting a strong partnership and a successful path. Exactly what I said. There's also this thing that says some of your relationships may be holding you back from success, which is that Devil card, Energy Vampire. I felt it right away. You also have the Wheel. This card says the wheel will turn in your favor. Keep going. Exactly what I was basically saying. I feel you need to keep exploring something because it's like there's more to the story, but you're not going to discover it unless you kind of, like I said, discover all the corners, all the little, out of the way places. All those things are popping into my head. You have the Devil, the Death card, and the King of Pentacles. I really feel with the Devil that this is something that steals your energy, whether it's a job, a business, or otherwise, and I kind of feel it's encouraging you to remove yourself from something that is an energy vampire, something that steals your energy. And I would just focus more on your desires with the Queen of Wands coming up right next to it here. Queen of Wands, she really focuses on things that make her feel good. She really focuses on things that she wants to do. You also have the Death card. Death, of course, is a major transformation in your life. There's a lot of hope I'm getting off of this card. Even this child right here, this child is the only person on the card that is not scared of the Death Rider. The child is holding a flower up to the Death Rider. It kind of represents, children are usually not afraid of change. Children are excited about change. Remember I said like 4-year-old in a carnival or something? I get that feeling here of being excited by something new. You have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I kind of feel good about this. I feel some of you could be improving your resources. You even have this coins card. It says money will be coming into you at the end. But I also get that King of Pentacles is a card of convention. He's like the way, which represents like the way things have always been done, the way things have always been in your life. And that's probably why you're looking for this change, is just to, again, have new, exciting experiences, to do new things. I kind of feel that here. Let's see, you could have a Capricorn. Like I said, you could have an Earth sign, but your Earth is really standing out to me. So, there you go. Here you go. With the Devil, Ten of Swords. I told you, something is dead, done, over with here. I feel you're removing a toxic situation. For some of you, it could be like friends or family or, people who are just too toxic in your life. With the Death card, you have the Nine of Pentacles, choosing independence, choosing to focus on yourself, choosing to control your environment. There's a snail right here on the card, and the snail in the Nine of Pentacles represents your environment. The snail wears its home on its back. What did I say about the King of Cups? Your home. I kept getting something about your home. I would watch out for water issues, but at the same time, I'd also say that I feel like this is saying that you're controlling your environment, controlling the people that are in it, the situations, the experiences. The more you do that, the better. It's no mistake that, starting a couple months ago, I started getting these messages about your environment and how critically important it is that we all surround ourselves with much better things in general, experiences, people, items, material goods, whatever. And I kind of feel you're doing that. And because of that, you're just attracting better things into your environment. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands, more adventure, exactly what I was saying. Knight of Wands needs more excitement in his life. In this situation, I feel like it's saying you need more excitement than the King of Pentacles. You need more entertainment, right? And I feel like that's what's coming in for you. Next, in the area of the good stuff, again, you have this Rebellion card. I'm pretty sure you had this card in the week of the 13th or the 12th, whatever it is. And you also have this Companionship card. So again, I feel that the Rebellion is kind of like to rebel against something, right? But this is the good stuff, so it's going to be positive. And I feel there could be a person who's different than your usual type, as we've been saying, coming in for you. And there could be love coming in. And again, the Rebellion card, by the way, is Mars in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about kind of unusual situations. There's something different about this person, like I said. For others, and for all of you, really, I feel like you're just making better connections in general. And I mean every type of connection. Connections in work, connections in business, and everywhere else. And I feel it's going to be good for you. You have the Queen of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Again, this is the good stuff. So the Nine of Swords here is going to be positive. I feel you could be ending some sort of round-and-round situation with the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, like going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. So I do feel that a never-ending nightmare is coming to an end clearly in your life, which we've been talking about this whole time. You also have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords I like because I feel you could, basically be praying for blessings. There's a person here who is receiving blessings from another person, and this person here is like you, hoping and praying for blessings. And at the end here, I already see several of these cards kind of represent blessings, and I feel there could be a lot of blessings. Next, you have the Queen of Wands. She's very bold and assertive. Again, she's been coming up quite a bit for the past 2 years in pretty much every reading I do. So to me, it's just a sign of the times because, as far as I'm concerned, the astrology just basically says this, that we all need to be moving in our own directions, right? Not moving in the direction our mom tells us to move in, or, our cousin or our best friend or whatever. Maybe they have good ideas, but is it right for us? I don't know, right? And the Queen of Wands, it's kind of about independence in the sense that you're making your own decisions based off your own, heart, your own feelings, and not caring what people think. And I feel like the more you do that, the better. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time. With the Queen of Wands, someone is rushing in. Again, this is the area of the good stuff, like I said. So I feel if there's new love coming in for you, that it's going to move quite quickly. But it could be good, good thing. I don't think this is like moving quickly in a bad way. I feel like you have great communication with the Knight of Swords, because again, on the positive side of things, that would be positive communication. With the Four of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords, definitely setting yourself free. Eight of Swords is normally about being stuck, but again, I feel the good stuff. You are finally seeing a way to receive blessings with that Four of Swords, which is definitely very nice. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Two of Swords, setting yourself free. Again, seeing other ways of doing things. You have the Nine of Swords twice here, I just noticed. So again, clearly you're ending some sort of difficult moment in your life or some sort of challenge. In the area, what are we doing? Oh yeah, 5 main themes. For your 5 main themes, you have this tent card. It says temporary situation. The funny thing is that the Nine of Swords in the tarot is meant to be temporary. It is considered to be, by some, to be the worst card in the tarot, but it's temporary. It's something that doesn't last forever. So if you're in a situation, I feel like it's temporary. It's funny that I said temporary moving situation as well. I didn't even see this card. So some of you could be like moving somewhere temporarily and then moving to, somewhere else, or, finally committing to a location. Next, you have this marriage card, and you have this ink pop card. It says problems to be resolved. Some of you could be having marriage problems. If you are in a commitment, I would say that this has to do with independence with that Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. Again, tarot does not control your life. People always ask me this. They're like, I'm in a marriage and it's mostly good, but the Devil came up. Do I have to leave this person? I'm like, no. If you're in a good marriage, trust me, you don't want to be out here on these streets, right? Dating. Not good right now, right? If you're in a positive marriage, it's mostly positive, and you still love the person, by all means, work it out, right? And I feel like that's what this is saying. It's like, clearly there are problems, or there could be a problem for some of you. It's not going to be true for all of you. And this says, work it out, figure it out, right? I feel like it's much, much better to work it out. I've talked to just so many people over the years, doing this, readings, and talked about like marriage and everything else. And, I've just seen it a million times, how people think that they're going to find something better, but it's like, really, we're just like all the same. And it's like, are you really going to find something that's that much better? If obviously if you're in a truly toxic situation, by all means, leave. Someone always says like, oh, my boyfriend beats me and all that. I'm like, leave. What are you doing? Leave. Obviously, right? Obviously that's not a situation that should be fixed, right? Nobody should be hitting you. With the carrot, next moving on. You have the carrot. It says opportunity or windfall. You also have this wedge. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. That could be the Devil energy. These two came out together. I feel like you need to avoid this so that you can have this opportunity that is coming into your life. So I feel definitely, again, you have really good money cards here. So there could be improvements in your finances. It's going to be through focusing on your environment. So again, I would remove anything toxic from your environment, whatever that means for you. With that Nine of Pentacles. Next, you have this Broom card. Here you go. New home, new attitude. Literally, we talked all about this. So exactly what I said in the reading, right? Do I need to go on? Probably not, right? And finally, and again, I would clean up your environment. You have this Coins card. It says money will be coming to you. So I definitely feel there are major improvements in your finances. It's like raining gold on this card. And I literally feel that could be happening for some of you. Pretty simple reading, as always, Virgo. I would be very, very cautious about what you allow in your energy field this month. I feel like the more you do that and the more you focus on positive things, allowing positivity into your energy field, the better. Even if you're having problems in a marriage, it just popped into my head. That's what I would be doing. I'd go to your partner and say, hey, we're having these issues. What can we do to focus on the positive here, right? It might work. Just so crazy it might work. Let's see here, Virgo. We're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading. These are going to be 3 yes, no, maybe questions. So 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause the reading if you need time to think. For question number 1, you have the Lovers. Yes. I kind of feel like this is a new path. The whole entire reading is about a new path. A lot of people are getting this energy of a new path opening up. We have Jupiter is retrograding back into Pisces, your opposite sign, and then as we move through to the end of the year, it's going to move into Aries officially. I always find it's an interesting time when a major planet goes from the end Pisces to the beginning Aries. I don't know, just kind of interesting. I feel like a lot of people, even it doesn't matter where it falls in your chart. I feel that there's a connection here between those two things. I feel around the beginning of the year, you might notice some really big opportunities coming in with this energy. There you go. Next, for question number 2, I would say, yes, I feel this is you taking control of your environment, like I said, with that 9 of Pentacles. So, yes. And for question number 3, I would say yes, Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like obstacles being removed from your life. So if you're asking about an obstacle, I feel you could be removing an obstacle from your life here. I also feel like whatever you're asking about is protected. I'm getting the word protection here. So I feel like something is protected. But I love this reading. Definitely some good stuff coming in for you. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.